Dallas Cowboys defeat the Green Bay Packers 30-16. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Hello and welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And well, the Dallas Cowboys did it. They went to Lambeau, they went to Green Bay, and they defeat the Green Bay Packers 30-16. And wow, there's a lot of takeaways from this football game. Let's start. Both of these results are shocking from both teams' perspective, from the Packers and the Cowboys' perspective, at least to me, okay? Because I wasn't expecting the Cowboys to win this game, especially as easily as they did, because this was a pretty easy victory, shockingly to me. Let's start with the Packers because I feel they're a little bit more surprising. There are issues with this football team right now, man. Let's call it what it is. Colin Cowherd's been saying it for weeks. Aaron Rodgers just is not playing well this year. And I don't know why, but that is the case. I mean, the fumble that he had late in this game when the Packers are trying to come back, to me, inexcusable. The interception that he had, over the left sideline or, near the left sideline, inexcusable, man. Intercepted by Barry Church. I mean, this was a horrible throw, a horrible decision. Why would you throw that ball? Picked off by the safety. It doesn't make any sense, that throw. Aaron Rodgers just not playing very well, not as accurate, not as spectacular, not as great as we've seen him in recent years, and I don't know why. Okay, I don't know if it's Mike McCarthy. I predicted before the year that he would be fired, and I think that's where we're headed. Honestly, I really do. I still have the Packers making the playoffs, but man, they're just not happy with this. I know they're not. I don't know if it's, their offensive coordinator right now. I don't know his name, but also they have Tom Clements, who's the assistant head coach in charge of the offense. I don't know, but right now this offense is not where it should be. It hasn't been for weeks, and they just got exposed by the Dallas Cowboys defense, which, while it's not good on paper, man, you have to give credit where credit is due. They're playing well, and this is now, the fourth straight week they've given up less than 20 points. This is a good defense that we're looking at, but still no excuse for the Green Bay Packers. You cannot score 16 points against the Dallas Cowboys as it did today. Missing opportunity after opportunity, turnover after turnover, just not on sync, just bad. I mean, just a bad offense right now is the Green Bay Packers, and it's quite disappointing. Now let's flip the coin and let's look at the Dallas Cowboys, team that has started off 5-1, despite a rookie running back and a rookie quarterback, and this is something none of us expected, except for, the crazy irrational Cowboys fans. But I guess turns out maybe they're pretty rational, as they are now 5-1, and you have to look at them. You have to, whether you like them or not, you have to look at the Cowboys as a Super Bowl contender. When you're 5-1, you are a true Super Bowl contender. Now, when it comes to the debate of starting Tony Romo, I'm still on Tony Romo's side. I think you start Romo because I think with Romo, this is definitely a Super Bowl contender. And if Romo stinks, you can go right back to Prescott. It's not like if you start Tony Romo, you have to start Tony Romo for the next 10 games. You can start Dak Prescott, and if Tony Romo isn't playing well, and then say, okay, Tony Romo, we give you a chance, but Prescott's better. Let's go back to Prescott. Yes, you risk losing some momentum, but I think the Super Bowl upside is there with Tony Romo, when eventually I'm not sure I trust this team to beat the Vikings defense right now or the Seahawks right now. But, again, we'll see. But hey, this team is a lot better than we thought it'd be, or at least, again, I did, and the rest of the Cowboys skeptics out there. But the defense is playing well. Maurice Claiborne is playing well this year. Brandon Carr is playing, well enough. You have their defensive line. DeMarcus Lawrence has came back and looking well. Malik Collins has been playing pretty well, the rookie that they drafted this year. Anthony Brown, rookie they drafted this year, has been pretty well as well. This Cowboys team is good, and that's just the damn truth. When you're 5-1, you're good. Now, they could still choke, and it would not shock me in the least. They still have some tougher games coming up. They have to go up against the Vikings. They have to go up against the Giants, the Redskins, some divisional matchups and whatnot coming up as well. The Eagles. We'll see how they, challenge those and accept those, and, we'll see. But as for now, the Cowboys, they're just a good team. Ezekiel Elliott, 157 rushing yards today. He continues to just dominate. And this was the number one run defense in the league before today. It won't be after today. The Green Bay Packers defense could not stop Ezekiel Elliott. He didn't break off for a huge run, but he just got consistent yardage and then had a couple of 20-plus yard runs as well. They just couldn't stop Ezekiel Elliott right now, and he's the workhorse for their offense. And Dak Prescott, a guy I definitely like Dak Prescott, but one of my criticisms of him is that he doesn't throw for many touchdown passes. Well, he threw for 3 today. So they have a very interesting decision to make between Romo and Prescott. Again, I give Romo a shot just to see how he looks, and then if he sucks, go back to Prescott. But if they stick with Prescott, it is not a decision that I can criticize because the guy's playing well and the Cowboys are playing well. Yes, he had an interception today, and it was a bad interception. But outside of that, he played really well today. Let's move on to the other afternoon games from today. The Seattle Seahawks take care of business and defeat the Atlanta Falcons. Little bit of a scare. Steven Hauschka had his extra point blocked. The Seahawks were down by 1, but then they ended up driving down, getting a field goal, winning the game, and then defensively stopping the Atlanta Falcons. Now, let's call it what it is. If you saw the game, the last pass Matt Ryan intended for Julio Jones over the middle, it was not called for pass interference. It should have been. Richard Sherman had been getting burned by Julio Jones up to this point. He was frustrated, and he did not stick to his techniques on this final play. He held Julio Jones' right arm. It was not called for a pass interference. It should have been called for a pass interference. Now, with that said, I'm happy because I picked the Seahawks to win this game, and whenever I pick you to win a game, win, because I want you to win because I want my picks to be good. But this screwed the Falcons, honestly. If I'm the Falcons fan or, fan base, Dan Quinn, I'm pissed because without a doubt, Richard Sherman was holding down Julio Jones' right arm, and he probably would have made that catch, honestly, or at least, throw the flag and then get to that position in the field anyway. And then from there, you're at midfield looking to get a field goal to win the game, and we could be talking about a different outcome right now. So it hurts, but hey, the Falcons are good, okay? You went to Denver and won. You went to Seattle and damn near won. The Falcons are good. Now, hopefully you stay in this realm, at this range, because last year you guys were a legitimately good 5-0 team. I mean, yeah, you faced some weaker teams, but you were blowing some teams out, some of them, and you were winning close games as well. So you can still falter, so we're going to have to watch the Falcons and the Cowboys because probably one of them will, okay? I'm not sure which one, but probably one of them will. But for now, the Falcons are good, okay? And they deserve respect. Put some respect on their name. Even though they lost this game, put some respect on their name. And as for the Seattle Seahawks, some issues in this game. I didn't love giving up as many yards as you did to Julio Jones and to Matt Ryan today. But hey, you're 4-1, and you are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I would like to see more, potent plays offensively. I'd like to see your offense gel a little bit more, be a little better, be a little more advanced at this point. Tyler Lockett really hasn't done anything all year. Doug Baldwin's been inconsistent, not really as good as he was last year. Jermaine Kearse really hasn't been existent. Some other issues and problems with the Seattle offense. Jimmy Graham has actually been playing better, but I think the Seahawks team could definitely be the best team in the NFL and win the Super Bowl this year, but I still think they have some issues to sort out. But I like the Seahawks team, and it's a team that I had making the NFC Championship before the year, and honestly, it's a team that I have making the NFC Championship right now. Let's move on to the final late game, the game that I called. The Kansas City Chiefs go to Oakland and defeat the Oakland Raiders. Look, it was simple, okay? Andy Reid is great coming off of bye week before this game, 15-2 in his coaching career following a bye week. He had plenty of time to prepare for this Oakland Raiders team, and this Chiefs team wanted to impress after getting blown out Sunday Night Football 2 weeks ago against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, they showed up, they played well. Raiders fell flat. Now, don't jump off of the Raiders bandwagon quite yet, but if you're the Raiders, do not use this as an excuse to start a losing streak, because this could start a losing streak. I could see that. And I still have faith in you guys. You guys go to Jacksonville next week, and you guys should win that game, honestly, because even though Jacksonville won today, they're still frauds, okay? So don't take them lightly. Go there, win, and get back to your winning ways and competing for the AFC West title. Shame, you had an opportunity to get into sole possession of first place of the AFC West, and you lost it today. And as for the Kansas City Chiefs, you're still involved in the AFC West discussion. You're going to need to win games because the Broncos and the Raiders are good, but the Chiefs, you still have to respect the Chiefs right now. I had them 9-7 before the year. Still have them 9-7. No reason for me to change that prediction quite yet. And there you go. Those are my takeaways from the afternoon games here, Week 6 NFL. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out.